guys, it's Lindsay. Welcome back to The Wandering Reader. Today I'm going to be doing my November book haul. And just a little note, I've decided that I'm not going to talk about all of the Kindle books that I have bought from now on. I might do sort of a video now and again talking about sort of like highlights of Kindle books that I've picked up. But what I was finding was that I buy quite a lot of Kindle books, and it was just this big long list, and it was, from my point of view, it was boring. So I've decided that I'm going to cut that out from now on. All I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the ARCs that I got in the month of November or during the month, and then I'm also going to talk about the physical books that I picked up. So firstly, to talk about the ARCs that I received in the month of November, the first of which is Unspoken by Kelly Rimmer. This is the second book in this Startup in the City series. I have since purchased the first book so I can read them in order. And this is a contemporary romance book. It was published on the 26th of November by Harlequin. So yeah, this was published on the 26th of November by HQM, which I think is Harlequin. And that's all I know about it because it's the second book in the series. I don't really want to look at the synopsis too much. So I didn't get around to reading this in November, but I'm going to try to pick it up soon. Next up, I kindly received The Tiger Catcher by Paullina Simons. This is book number 1 in the End of Forever series, and this was actually published in May by William Morrow Books. And I just randomly got a copy of this. I think maybe I'd wished for it in the past or something like that, and then I was kindly sent a copy of it. And this basically tells the story of Julian and Josephine, who have this what sounds like quite intense love affair at the beginning of the book, and then something drives them apart, some sort of secret from her past, and she disappears, and then the story focuses around Julian trying to find her again and sort of uncover this secret and things like that. And I think it's going to be a trilogy that sort of which spans their relation, so their relationship is going to span the trilogy, as it were, and sort of like, so it will continue on into the next books. I think book number 2 is either out or it's coming out very, very soon. So yeah, this is on my December TBR, so I'm looking forward to getting to that. And then, as part of being a Mills and Boon insider, I received 2 ARCs of books that were published a while ago now, but they are being aired as, or they've been produced as films on Channel 5 in the UK, and so therefore to promote it they wanted people to read the books and then obviously watch the films afterwards. So the first one I got of those was A Fortunes of Texas Christmas by Helen and Lacey. This is the first book in the Fortunes of Texas series, and this is a series that I've been wanting to read for a little while, so I was really glad to get a copy of that. This was published does it say on here? In 2017. So this focuses around a character called Robin, who is the gardener for the Fortunes family in Texas. And there's this guy who comes over from France. He's trying to strike up a business deal with the family, and he meets the gardener, and I think he sort of like asks her to come to Paris with him, and it's just about that relationship basically. So it sounds pretty delightful. I think the film on Channel 5 is called Christmas in Paris. Sounds brilliant. And then the other one I got was called A Family for Christmas, which had 2 stories in it called The Gift of Family and Child in a Manger. And this is by Irene and Dana Corbit, and the Child in a Manger story was the one that was turned into a film called Baby in a Manger. And these are 2 love-inspired books published by Harlequin, I think in 2011. And again, they're on my December TBR, and have actually already read these. So I'll be talking about those in my December wrap-up. I haven't got around to watching the film yet, but I'm sure I will over the next few days. I've got it waiting on my Skybox. But thank you very much to Mills and Boon for sending those to me. And then I just have 3 physical books here to show you. The first of which is Dare to Love a Duke by Leigh. This is book number 3 in the series that she's written. Does it say what the series is called? It's called the Scandalous Ladies of London series, and I recently bought books 1 and 2 on Amazon, and book 3 I had a review copy of, again from Mills and Boon, but when I got around to reading it on my Kindle it disappeared for some reason, and I couldn't get it back. So I still want to review that for them, so I've got all of the books in the trilogy now to read. Like I said, this is book number 3. These are historical fiction, these are historical romance novels set in the Regency period, I think. Sounds good to me. And then I've been listening on audiobook to this book called Quit Like a Millionaire, No Gimmicks, Luck or Trust Fund Required by Kristy, Shen and Bryce Leung. And basically I wanted to pick up a physical copy of this just so that I could sort of go back to it for reference. It's exactly what it says on the tin. They're just talking about how they became millionaires and retired and are now travelling the world basically, and that sounds like a great lifestyle to me, so I wanted to find out how they did it. I've got about an hour and a half on the audiobook left, so I'll let you know how that goes. And then lastly I've got here Invisible Women by Caroline Criado-Perez, and the subtitle of this is Exposing Data Bias in a World Designed for Men. And this is basically a book where Perez has collected a lot of data about how our world is still really gender biased. So on the inside cover, this really drew me in. Imagine a world where your phone is too big for your hand, where your doctor prescribes a drug that is wrong for your body, where in a car accident you are 47% more likely to be seriously injured, where every week the countless hours of work you do are not recognised or valued. If any of this sounds familiar, chances are that you're a woman. Invisible Women shows us how, in a world largely built for and by men, we are systematically ignoring half the population. It exposes the gender data gap, a gap in our knowledge that is at the root of perpetual systemic discrimination against women, and that has created a pervasive but invisible bias with a profound effect on women's lives. And this just sounded really good to me, so I had to pick a copy up of it in foils. It's a lovely hardback edition. Oh look, and it's got, I didn't even know, like the imprint of women's bodies on there. I like it. So yeah, it sounded fascinating, so I had to get it. So there you go guys, a bit of a smaller book haul for November, but we need those every now and again to kind of try and keep on top of my TBR pile basically. I'd love to have a chat with you in the comments below. Have you read any of these books? What did you think of them? What did you pick up in the month of November? If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more bookish content. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.